Regret. Such regret.
Here, what noise do potatoes make?
Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Cassandra and this is where I talk about my life experiences and lessons learned to try and help other people in similar situations. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. This video is actually part 2 of a vlog that I am recording all about my wisdom teeth removal and recovery experience. So if you haven't seen part 1 already, where is it? Here? Go ahead and watch part 1 if you would like. And yeah, let's continue with part 2 of the vlog. Hey, what's up? It is Monday evening, the 7th day of recovery. I had the surgery on Tuesday morning. I got the medicated stripes, bandage things removed on Friday. It's now Monday evening. This is a pain in the ass. Over the weekend I was paranoid about maybe getting dry socket on the bottom right wound site. And on Sunday, I decided to stop taking any ibuprofen at all because I heard that dry socket is supposed to be really painful. And just in case the ibuprofen was masking that, I decided to stop taking it. And then at some point on Sunday afternoon, it started to feel a little bit sore for the first time, where it was like kind of uncomfortable and sensitive before. It started to feel a little bit sore on Sunday afternoon. And I was like really paranoid. I was like, oh my god, this is it, it's happening. But luckily it didn't get any worse, and actually it was better by the evening, so that was really good and that was really positive. And I was back to eating liquid and soft foods just in case, and I thought then, maybe today, Monday, I would maybe like call or email the practice about that, but it was absolutely fine overnight and it was fine this morning, so I was like, okay, it should be fine then. I think it's alright, calm myself down a little bit. And then by the time it got to dinner time, I was like, I'm hungry, I want to eat something a little bit more substantial. So I thought it would be safe to have veggie udon noodles with like little pieces of tofu. And like udon noodles are super soft, right? And I thought that it would be okay because they're soft and they're also not like super tiny. So they, my thought was that they wouldn't get stuck in the holes. And I was mainly, still trying to chew at the front and kind of concentrate more on this side than that side because this is where, there's a big hole. Regret. Such regret. So now then, I managed to avoid this side quite well. Didn't seem to get anything in that hole over dinner time. But then this side now, the left side on the bottom where there was a very clear blood clot before, it seemed very stable, it seemed good. I then managed to get like a big chunk of noodle stuck there. I couldn't get it out, couldn't squeeze it out. I even tried like sucking it out a little bit. It didn't work. Brushed my teeth, couldn't get it out. I did very, very gently rinse as well. I'm not supposed to, but I did that gently because I just don't think there's any way a wound can heal if there's food stuck in it. It doesn't make sense to me. Didn't come out. Eventually managed to convince a little bit to come out, and then it was like deja vu, because then the same thing that happened on this side where I was like convinced there was food, it then started to happen on this side as like, where's the blood clot gone? And I realised that then it was like a really deep hole again. You'll see in the pictures that there is still kind of like some sort of darker substance there, but it's like the colour isn't giving me good vibes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But then on the other hand, I'm like, well, is this maybe the way it's supposed to go? Is this the way healing is supposed to happen? I don't know, because they don't tell you, right? And in like all the videos and articles and stuff like that, they don't tell you. They just describe that it's supposed to be a blood clot or whatever, but they don't say how, when, if it's supposed to fall out, what colour it's supposed to be, how long it's supposed to stay there, how it should look afterwards, how long you're supposed to have these deep holes, So I don't know. I'm thinking as well, like, it's also very possible that it looks also like this on the top and that it's a very similar situation on the top. But maybe I just don't know because I can't see it. Every time I try and, look in the mirror or get good angles by like taking photos and like basically putting the camera in my mouth, I can't see it. I can't reach and I can't get the right angle. So who knows, maybe the top is like that as well, but the top hasn't caused me any pain or discomfort. If there's something stuck in there, again, I don't know about it, so I don't know, maybe that's one way to look at it. Or maybe they're all f***ed. I don't know, maybe they're all messed up, so I don't know, it's a nightmare. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Oh, a couple of other things as well. So I also still have been sleeping with the wedge pillow, but the last few nights, like, I'm usually a side sleeper, so I've been finding that like, as my recovery goes on and I get like lazier and less concerned, I am like slipping further and further down on the wedge pillow and kind of like sneakily kind of lying on the side, but also elevated. But yeah, I'm continuing to sleep on that because I still want to try and prevent possible inflammation as much as possible, especially now that I'm not taking ibuprofen anymore. And also, I mentioned before that like when I went to see the surgeon, he was saying that the coagula is what he called it, or the coagulate on the top left was missing. And he said that, you know, in general you want it to stay there and that's what helps with the healing. So before I had been using a tongue scraper to get rid of all the like gunk and nasty disgusting feeling out of my tongue and sometimes the cheeks. And then after he told me that, I stopped because I thought, oh wait, maybe I'm getting rid of that from the mouth and I should keep more of it in there. So since Friday I haven't been using my tongue scraper. But today, like my mouth just felt so super disgusting and gross. And then I looked in the mirror and my tongue also looked gross. And obviously I haven't been able to like spit or use mouthwash or anything like that, so I was like, that's disgusting, that's horrible, and I just used my tongue scraper. I just like went to town and it feels so much better. So yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do, huh? Try and have a little bit of balance. But I'll see how it goes then tonight and how everything feels in the morning. Hopefully I won't get an onset of pain. I mean, it still feels more sensitive on the bottom. It still feels right now more sensitive on this side because I just had like the whole experience within the last hour. Let's see how that develops tomorrow. But yeah, in general, it's not painful as such. Like, I mean, the reason why I need like the corrective jaw surgery and everything like that, you know, well, one of the reasons, you know, I have a lot of these aches and pains and stuff like that, TMJ and all this stuff. So the pain and discomfort is only a little bit worse than the normal jaw pain and discomfort that I get anyway. It's just, I guess, more concentrated in the areas where the wisdom teeth used to be, whereas it was a little bit more like even or spread out before. So it's definitely bearable because I've been basically dealing with that anyway, not going back to the surgeon until Friday. So yeah, let's see about that. And tomorrow actually I'm having a consultation with a completely different doctor about frenuloplasty or frenectomy, so for my tongue tie. So yeah, let's see how that goes, but that'll be a separate thing. That'll be a separate video. Hello, it is Tuesday. So it's been exactly 1 week since I had all of my wisdom teeth removed. Today I'm feeling physically about the same. Mentally I'm feeling better about the wisdom teeth removal, but generally worse and overwhelmed about other stuff that's going on. So yeah, this is all part of probably like a 5-year journey of the corrective jaw surgery and everything like that. So just all the other things that I need to get done and appointments and stuff is just quite overwhelming. But anyway, keep on topic. So yeah, physically these 3/4 are all still absolutely fine. Pain wise, down here on the lower right, it's much the same as it was before in terms of that there's a little bit of pain and discomfort, a little bit more sensitivity for me because I'm so used to having like pain in the face. I was just describing it as like discomfort and sensitivity before, but being honest, yeah, it is a little bit painful. It's maybe got like ever so slightly worse since yesterday, but overall not too bad. Earlier today I actually went to a completely new dental practice for a consultation about frenuloplasty / frenectomy. So they're like a dental practice, and while I was there I said, hey, by the way, I had all of my wisdom teeth removed a week ago. Could you just take a look at the wounds and make sure that they're okay? So he did that, and thankfully he said that everything looked really good. I had expressed my concerns about, you know, potential dry socket and food getting stuck. And he asked me if there was any pain. I said not really. He said that's good. He said it looks fine. Like to him, he doesn't see signs of dry socket. And he very kindly also offered to rinse out the holes, which is really good as well. So he rinsed out the ones in the bottom. Some sort of, I don't know, it's kind of like a dark red solution. It tasted horrible. But that was really nice that he did that while I was there. But he didn't do it for the top. He said that was absolutely fine. So that's good because I was worried about not being able to see them. And then when I came home, you'll see that from the pictures that I took, that those areas are still very much with this kind of whitish, yellowish material, let's say. I forgot to ask him about that and about whether it's actual bone exposed, but he said that he can still see that there are still clots present, so they must just be like really low down, where I can't see them from the angle. And then I also did a little bit of googling, and I saw that like the blood clot should then at some point be replaced by like a creamy white substance, so that should be part of the normal healing. That's good. And I went and I bought 6 more jars of baby food because I'm still not feeling good about eating harder or chewy foods. So yeah, that's good. That's kind of put my mind at ease a little bit about the dry socket, but I'll obviously monitor it and see how it goes, especially because, you know, I'm still having some pain there. So yeah, that's all for now, and I'll see you later. Hello, it is Wednesday, my dudes. So I had the surgery a week ago yesterday, which makes today day 9 of recovery. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm really trying to just stick to soft foods as best as I can, because even though I have been cleared for solids, even like bread and noodles are getting stuck in the holes at the bottom, so I really want to avoid that. So I've been trying to stay on liquid and soft foods as much as I can, but I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, so I've given up and I've ordered a McDonald's because I figure that it should be soft enough that it doesn't at least cause damage, but also not so expensive or delicious that I'm going to be disappointed if it doesn't go well. So wish me luck on that. Apart from that, I've still been sleeping with the wedge pillow, but now in the bed. And if you remember from my part 1 of the vlog, in the first few days after the surgery, I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to sleep quite well, especially given, you know, the sleep apnea and that I usually have to sleep on my side. I was sleeping surprisingly well, and I thought, or my partner has suggested, that maybe that was already a result of having all of my wisdom teeth removed, but I don't think it is. I think it was maybe just because I was so tired and, you know, needed to rest to heal properly, because since the weekend, basically been sleeping the way that I normally sleep, which is waking up a lot during the night and not being able to get comfortable and stuff like that. So I was planning on sleeping on the wedge pillow until my stitches are out on Friday, just to, you know, really try and do it as much as I can for as long as I can, especially because I'm not taking the ibuprofen anymore. However, I don't think that's working for me anymore, so tonight I'm gonna get rid of the wedge pillow and just go back to side sleeping properly and using my proper pillow. By the way, I love my regular pillow because it has holes in it for the ears. I've got super sensitive ears, and it means that I'm not putting pressure on them through the night, which really helps me with like the TMJ actually, and also with migraines. So that will be good. Regarding pain, last night at some point when I woke up, this side wasn't sore anymore, so I thought that that was really good and I was making progress. But then by the time I got up in the morning, it was actually more sore than it was yesterday, so I was a little bit concerned, and I was even thinking about taking ibuprofen. But then by the time I got dressed and ready for work and everything like that, it wasn't as sore, so that's good. The pain went down. It's been kind of okay during the day today, but then just in the last couple of hours, it has become a little bit more sore. So I'm not really sure why it's going up and down, especially when I'm still consuming liquids and soft foods, but I keep an eye on it, see what happens. But yeah, that's all for now. I hope my McDonald's arrives soon. I hope I can eat it without getting stuff stuck. Yeah, let's see. Hey, how's it going? Today is Thursday, which is... It is the 10th day of recovery from the wisdom teeth removal, 9 days since. So yesterday I was super hungry. I had my McDonald's. I'm really glad that I did that actually. So what did I get? I got a McRib McMenu, a single cheeseburger, and a blueberry muffin. Since I am still not sucking on straws, I couldn't have my chocolate milkshake, and hot apple pies are crispy, so I didn't have that. The McRib was like the best McRib I've ever had, just purely because it was solid food. The chips were unacceptable, like super hard and cold. And the burger bun and the muffin were super dry, but at least they were solids and they filled my belly, so that's good. I'm glad that I did that. And then actually when I checked the teeth holes or the extraction sites at the bottom, and they looked absolutely fine, which is awesome. I managed to eat really carefully to not get anything stuck in there, or at least nothing additional. Brushed my teeth, and I think that was the first time I brushed without bleeding since having the surgery, which is excellent. And then when I woke up this morning, all of this stuff that's inside the holes at the bottom was completely gone. Like completely gone. So if you remember, I kept like being paranoid because I was thinking I was getting food stuff stuck in there and that it wouldn't come out, and I was like, it's not coming out, what the f***? And then at some point I'd looked up and I'd seen that it's like the extra tissue that forms after the blood clot to help with the healing is supposed to be like this creamy substance. So I was like, okay, maybe it's that. Then it was going from like a creamy whitish kind of to like a yellowish brownish. And last night I had just decided, okay, it's fine, it is still the healing material, but it's only a nasty colour because it's stained by all of the tomato soup and the baby food and stuff that I've been eating. So I went to bed being like, you know what, it's fine, it's good, it'll be okay. Woke up this morning, all that stuff is completely gone. You can see in the picture, it's now just holes again. Now they're empty. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? How long am I gonna have to live getting stuff stuck in there or trying to avoid getting stuff stuck in there? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Another thing as well is that I've noticed in the last 2 days, the pain from the extraction is pretty much all the way gone, even here, which is where I've been having sort of like the residual pain, let's say, and even there I'm not really feeling it so much anymore. However, what I am feeling is a lot of pain here, here, and along the bottom jaw in the muscles. So I am certain that it's not because of the surgery itself. But what seems to be happening is that before the surgery, I had so many teeth, okay, that all the way around the inside of my mouth, my cheeks were touching teeth. And now that I have 4 teeth missing, my cheeks are searching for something to be touching. And so what I find myself doing now, and I've mentioned that I have like the tongue tie and things like that, so when my tongue is in a natural resting position, it touches my entire mouth, top, bottom and sides. And now, in order to have that same feeling, I need to suck in with my cheeks like this. So normal resting, weird facing. So by doing this weird face thing to suck in the cheeks closer to the rest of my teeth and make it feel the way that I did before, subconsciously, I'm absolutely not doing this on purpose. I'm pretty sure then these muscles are straining because my face is confused and it's like, what the fuck, what's going on? What happened to the thing that we were resting against before? So like in the last 2 days only, I'm actually really, really sore just from that. And I think that what I now need to do is to purposefully and deliberately put a little air bubble between my tongue and the bottom of my jaw. Because otherwise, like it keeps wanting to suck in, and that's really sore. And this is supposed to help me. I don't want to develop new pains, so I'm really quite concerned about that. Today I also had my first appointment with the speech therapist for the tongue. That went horribly. That's a different video though, so I'm not going to go into it just now. Subscribe to see that one. But oh my gosh. Anyway, she was f***ing useless. So I just need to try and work on this myself. It really hurts. I'm getting my stitches out tomorrow morning, so I'll mention that to the surgeon as well and see what he has to say. Other than that, went back to sleeping on a regular pillow for the first time last night without the wedge pillow. I slept better. I still woke up during the night, which I normally do, and I still woke up really early and then had to get back to sleep about 5:30. So that's normal, but compared to how I was sleeping before, and I was also then developing like a lot of neck, back and shoulder pain, which is normal for me anyway, and I thought maybe it was also because I haven't gone for a massage in a while and I don't want to stick my face in a hole. But yeah, going back to then the regular pillow is already helping with that, so that's really good. So I feel like it's kind of like, I'm gonna say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because overall, I'm making progress, but I kind of feel like I'm having other problems, you know, and that things still aren't going smoothly. So not ideal, but it is what it is. So I'll come back tomorrow. Oh, no, hang on. And then also, what did I have for lunch? It's called a Döner box in Germany. So it's basically like chips and Döner meat. So it's soft. I had that for lunch, and now I've got stuff stuck in the holes again and I can't get it out. So that then is just putting me back in the cycle of, okay, was that food stuck in the holes? Was it healing material? Why did it suddenly disappear? Is this it going back? Like, I don't know. I'll ask the surgeon tomorrow and I will let you know what he says. Hey, oh my god, I've had such a annoying, frustrating day. Could have been worse, but still, like, super annoyed and frustrated because of other people not having their shit together. So completely irrelevant for this, but in case I seem like all fired up and annoyed, it's because I am. But anyway, okay, so wisdom teeth update. Today's Friday. I went to a surgeon and got my stitches removed in the morning. It wasn't the actual surgeon that I saw who did the removal though, it was some other doctor. She removed the stitches. She told me that it's okay if I get food stuck in the holes and not to remove it. But then she was kind of changing her story a bit. She was kind of confusing me. So she was like, don't try and get the food out, just leave it there, because if you like mess with it or whatever, the wound won't close, which is fine. But I said, how is it going to close if there's food stuck in it? And so she used like some syringe type thing to rinse it out, and then she like gave me one of like what she used, and she said, you know, please don't use it all the time, just do it like once every 2 days. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I mean, if you've told me that it's okay to leave the food in there, then I'll just leave it in there and I won't touch it. And then she was like, well, because you're kind of right, like, it's not going to heal if there's stuff there, so maybe once a day. And I was like, what? Is it once a day, or is it every 2 days, or is it not at all? Like, I don't know. She's confusing me. I think, do you know that way where it's like, being a doctor, she knows the answer, but also I was making sense. So she was getting like confused. But what I'm going to do, right, because the first day I got food stuck and this one, I was going to leave it and I only squeezed it out because it was causing pain and inflammation. But since then, it hasn't. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to leave any food that gets in there, as annoying as it is, unless it starts to actually cause me issues. And then I'll try and get rid of it. That's what I'm going to try and go with. And surprisingly, also then, she wants to see me back in another week. I thought it was just going to be stitches removed and that was it. The original surgeon who did the procedure said that. So, like she said, everything looks fine, that it's healing well. We also took a look at the x-rays that I got immediately after the removal. Because I was asking her, like, can I do stuff again and whatnot? And she was saying that like all the bone is there and it's intact, so it should be fine now. So I'm not exactly sure why she wants to see me again. Maybe it's because I was asking her all these questions and because I was concerned about the holes still being so big. So I'm surprised, but I'm not upset to be going back because I would rather that they want to have another check just to make sure everything's okay than that they just like left me to it. So she said that eating chewy foods again is okay. She said like stuff like steak even is fine, but don't eat stuff like hard carrots or nuts and muesli and stuff like that. She said that I can rinse with mouthwash and use straws and spit, but only gently. She said like don't like properly swish, just do it gently. She said that I don't have to rinse with salt water or anything like that. And at first she said there was no hole here, and then she looked closer and she was like, oh no wait, actually there is, like there definitely for sure is, but this one is like bigger. I don't know, I'm still going to keep an eye on it, and then as I say I'll go back in a week. And yeah, that's all for now. Hey, how's it going? Today is Friday and I went for my second checkup. I went and the doctor asked me how I was and I told her like I'm a little bit annoyed because in the week since I saw her last, and you know she was saying, you know, don't get rid of the food from the holes. I tried my best not to, and the whole entire time they were stuffed with food. There was just food everywhere, like even up until last night. And then when I woke up this morning, it was all gone. Normally that would be a good thing, but I fully intended to go in and show her, like, look, this is how much food gets stuck in here, what am I supposed to do about it? And it all disappeared. So that was a little bit annoying, like in a silly way. And I told her that I'm not sure actually if the holes are really healing that much or if they're getting smaller because they seem about the same size. They still seem quite deep to me, obviously with my limited visibility. So she took a look and she said that it does look like they are getting smaller because they were like, I mean, I'm holding the phone with my other hand, but like basically the holes were kind of like flaring out like this before, and she said they're more now kind of like this on both sides. So yeah, it was kind of more like a V shape before, and now it's more like brackets. So she said that it is, they are getting smaller, and she didn't have any concerns. So that was really good, and I'm eating completely normally again, except I'm avoiding like nuts and seeds, which is fine. Kind of still been a little bit avoiding crunchier stuff, but yeah, I've been eating like meats again, stuff like that. Like I even had, so I went to the shop and I wanted to buy entrecôte steak, but they didn't have any, which was really disappointing, but they did have some sort of like pre-marinated steak of some sort. I'm not sure what cut it was, but it was disappointing, and it was chewier than I wanted it to be, so that wasn't very good enjoyment wise. But what was good is that my teeth and my wound sites could completely handle it. It was absolutely fine, so that's great. Oh yeah, and there's like no pain at all. It's absolutely fine. Very occasionally, maybe a couple of times during the day, I'll feel like a slight sensation, like the same way if you've got like a sensitive tooth, but it's not necessarily when I'm eating or drinking anything. It just happens sometimes. I actually forgot to tell the doctor that. But I'm not concerned. Like it's not painful. It's just, again, sensitivity, the same way if you like have a sensitive tooth and then you drink something cold or whatever. So that's fine, but apart from that, no pain at all. I don't think it's swollen. But yeah, unfortunately, I feel like it will take longer for the holes to heal and close up. Actually, I can't remember if she even looked at the ones on the top, but I don't feel that I'm getting anything stuck in there. It's not painful at all. It's not a problem at all when I brush. Brushing now is so much easier than it used to be. Oh my goodness. You know that way you've always had the teeth that you have? So I thought everyone just struggled to brush their teeth properly and get back in there, you know? I just like, whatever, but it's a lot easier now to brush my teeth and clean at the back, which is great. And yeah, I'm brushing completely normally now. Yeah, basically not having any blood at all. Anything that I do get, I think, is negligible, and probably partially it's like staining, again, from like the food that I'm getting stuck in the holes, and then maybe that's coming out a little bit. So it's absolutely fine, no pain at all, but yeah, I feel like it'll take longer for the holes to close, and the ones on the bottom especially. And I think that makes sense since it's the wisdom teeth, which, you know, are the largest, deepest teeth in the mouth. It's really in the actual bone, so the bone needs to have time to reform, as well as the gum. So, I mean, I've heard stories of like the wounds closing up within like 2 weeks, which is super fast. Like then they would have been closed completely already. But yeah, I think it will take a lot longer than that for me. Which, given that I can eat normally again, I think that's okay. So yeah, I will keep an eye on that. I think maybe this is a good time now to wrap up this part 2 of the vlog. And then, yeah, maybe in a few weeks or a couple months, I will check back in to see how that's going and how long it does take for everything to heal in the end. But yeah, that's not too bad at all, right? So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below what your wisdom teeth removal and recovery experience was like, if you've already had it done, or how you're feeling about it, any questions that you have if you are still to have it done. And yeah, if you liked the video, like, share and subscribe for more like this, especially if you are interested in the bigger picture of me requiring like 7 other things in order to have corrective jaw surgery. The whole thing gonna take about 5 years, so if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe to keep updated. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.